Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm going to be, well, first of all, in school we had to make these things, and it was a book, and you put your writing pieces in it, and I'm going to be reading one of the pieces I wrote called "The Day My Life Changed," and yeah. So I'm going to kind of be looking here, not there. So I woke up at 6, Tuesday, the 11th of February. I got changed, then ate my cereal. That's when my mom began to talk about later that day. So, you'll go to the talent show, then call me. I'll come get you and we can go see your father, she said with a smile. I nodded okay, put my shoes on to get dropped off at school. The morning before, my father had been taken to the hospital for his breathing. It was very shallow. I saw how bad it was and was too scared to call. So that day I thought about how I was going to see my dad later. The bell rang and it was almost time. I got to the stage and waited and talked to my friend Jack. And then it was time for me to go and sing. I sang The Fault in Our Stars by Troye Sivan. I got done and hopped off the stage to call my mom. The phone rang, all the rings, and went straight to voicemail. That's typical, I muttered and went back inside to talk to Jack and Angie. 30 minutes or so went by and my mom called me. Mommy, I'm done, come get me. I told my mother over the phone. Aunt Laura would be there to pick you up. I love you. Goodbye. My mom told me. I told her I loved her. With that, the line went dead. I walked to get my bag and headed outside. My aunt called. Where do I pick you up? Front or side? She asked. Side. I told her and hung up. I saw my aunt's truck and hop in the front. She didn't start to move, so I looked at her and saw the pain and tears in her eyes. She grabbed my warm hands with her icy cold ones and looked me straight in the eye and told me 4 words I did not want to hear that moment or even ever. Your dad passed away. The shock completely took over my body and then the numbness. I need to tell someone those words. I opened the truck door and ran to the school. I started to bang and bang on the glass door until I thought it would break. My hands hurt on the sides where I'd been banging. I looked up and saw my old friend, Emily, and I opened the door and she saw the worry and sadness on my face. She asked what was wrong, and I rushed past her murmuring, my dad. I opened the door to see Miss Siebelist and tell her. It hurts to know just a few hours. We were talking about how we'd get to see him later. She knew what was wrong and hugged me so tight. She walked me to my aunt's car and they talked for a bit. She shut the door and the truck began to move. My aunt began to tell me how it happened. I texted the first person that helping me through this, my friend Bianca. When I looked up from my phone, I saw I was at my Aunt Dana's. I walked to the house and got attacked with hugs. They let me be for a little bit. I took my time to call my friends. I called Tegan, then Ashley, then Brittany, then Sabrina, then Jenna, then Becca, and Fred. The last person I called was Jack. Of course, he was shocked and began to tell me he had no idea how I felt because he'd never been in this spot, and that was the best thing anyone has ever told me. We stayed on the phone for over an hour, and I walked upstairs, saw my mom. I pulled her into a hug. We stayed with the family until around 10. I fell asleep knowing my dad was no longer in pain, and he was with his own parents and my baby cousin Hunter, who we lost earlier that year. I felt a whole lot better knowing that. That was the day my life changed forever. If you guys didn't know, you guys can watch my other video where I explained how everything happened. And yeah, give this a like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me how you felt when I was reading this. I also read this in school despite my friends telling me not to, and if you want me to do something again, I have some work in here. I have The Day My Life Changed, an excerpt from a poem. I have some stuff in here, so if you want me to do another video including this book, then comment. Thank you guys for watching. It means a lot. Thank you. Okay, slay.